Hello, it's the middle of March, and I'm making a video as a sort of update on the cabin construction. So, the sun's going down right now, and we did some work today. I had some help, actually a lot of help. There were 5 of us, and we rode out to discover that there was 2.5 to 3 feet of fresh snow, which makes the going a little tough when you're trying to haul 5 people out at a time and trying to take a wood stove out here. But you can see I finally got the snow machine and the sled up a very steep hill after going over the trail several times. But I think the last time I made a video, the roof wasn't on. So I'm stepping inside the cabin now. Generator's running, so I got a light over there and my coat hung up. Microwave. Same as the last video, really. Except look up here and you don't see any daylight. So this cabin is mostly enclosed right now. We had previously put up most of the roof. There's overhangs on the front and back of the cabin that extend, well, they're gonna extend 2 feet over the ends of the cabin, but those have not been constructed yet. And I got called in to work for a while, so unfortunately I can't make it out here for at least a month. So we kind of have to shut everything down. I'm gonna start hauling a bunch of stuff out tomorrow. Hopefully not make more than 2 sled filled trips back to the truck. So what we did is we put tarps over the top of the cabin roof. The tarps were a little short, but it's going to be warm, and this is a sunny location as far as Alaska goes, so the sun should help dry it out. I made sure that the more exposed side of the roof was facing towards the sun. Yeah, this is the real loft. Obviously not completed yet. This wood's going to be replaced with actual nice plywood and, flooring or something on top. Then this is a temporary loft. Working on the roof is not a very fun job, and I am very, I don't like heights. It makes me nauseous even. So I had help, but I still built this small little loft with some temporary plywood on here. This is going to come out once the cabin's finished, and that was used to reach the ridge beam and get those rafters in place. Today we also put these gable ends on, and I haven't put any studs in behind them yet, but the main goal today was to get it enclosed, and I'm glad we came here with that goal in mind, because we would have wanted to anyways. This time I have an excuse for cabin being such a mess, and that's because some wildlife got in, and you can see, I think it was birds. It spread. Those are corn dog wrappers. There's probably 20 of them laying around because that was part of my food supply. Look at this goldfish box. I mean, there's not a speck of food left that was exposed, but I had food in other locations, and I have, dry food, mini wheats and stuff. And for some reason, they didn't like the Hot Pockets, so that's what I'm having tonight. But it's going to be a while until I come back here. Snow will be mostly gone, if not completely gone. I use a river to get here faster at this time of year, but that river is there's some overflow right now, so it's going to break up real soon anyways. Only thing is there's a lot of snow. This is my first year in this area, so I don't know how much snow is normal. but I haven't seen the ground in a while. It's very deep, especially with this fresh stuff. We got stuck a few times coming up here, but one time the track was spinning. I wasn't the one doing it, but somebody spun the track deep enough that you could stand where the track was spinning out and you could look up and see snow above your head. So it is really deep. And when it melts, there's going to be a lot of water laying around. But when it melts, it'll also be warm outside. So I really won't be complaining. But this is the cabin. I won't really be able to work on it. Maybe until summer, possibly even longer than that, but I've done what I can so far and I'm pretty confident in it. The roof is strong, you can climb on it, you can jump on it, you can do whatever you want really. Shoot guns off of it. That's a fun one, but I'll probably install the door tomorrow to seal it up from the animals a little better. And then I think I can call it a fully enclosed cabin, but I can still get away with calling it a cabin for now. I figure I can also show the living situation that I've come up with. It's not perfect, but it's pretty comfortable actually. So there's a microwave. It's a microwave, 700 watts, so it takes a little while to cook, but it doesn't overload the generator. There's spaces behind the microwave that I can put stuff like hot cocoa mix, and I can melt snow with that using electricity, which is pretty handy, but still not fun and sort of difficult to do because that's some sensors in there that water has to touch, so you have to pour water in and then snow, and it's a little bit of a mess. But this tent is pretty comfortable. I might be able to turn the light on. There we go. This is the tent. I have, I guess you can see it right there. It's rated to negative 35 degrees. I've slept in it at negative 32, and it wasn't pleasant, but I survived the night. It wasn't too bad either. I just woke up every couple hours. Then I got some fleece blankets over it. The deal with winter camping is there's a lot of condensation and a lot of frost everywhere. So even if it's going to be warm at night, tonight's not going to be warm, but even if it's going to be warmer at night, I'll put these fleece blankets on top of the sleeping bag. And you can do a couple things with that. First of all, the frost doesn't build up on the sleeping bag, it builds up on the blanket instead. So it's kind of like a sacrificial layer, and you can shake the frost off easier and it doesn't get your bag wet. You can switch them out. Also with this bag, it is rectangular, so it's hard to seal the air from getting into your sleeping bag. You can pull the blanket up a little higher and you can create a pretty perfect seal with it. I got like some undergarments and like base layer clothes in this tub so that at night I can get into it if I need to. Slippers. The second biggest quality of life improvement that I've had this winter. It is comfortable to sleep in if it's really cold outside, but especially in this situation, you don't want to put your boots on any more than once per day because it is very uncomfortable when it's cold outside. Your feet turn to blocks of ice. So you can just slip the slippers on though and walk around the cabin, no problem. Pillow, blanket, mattress actually, real comfortable. Some snacks since it's winter. I don't have to worry about bears, at least not very much. But I do have to worry about moose, and that's what that one's for. It'll take out a moose, I think, pretty easily. And then some books. And that was dinner at one point. And then a little electric heater. It's pretty nice to have, but if it's anything lower than 10 degrees at night, which it usually is, it just kind of, it brings the temperature up a little. But you definitely have to be sitting right in front of it. That's what that chair is for, to feel any effect. When it's warmer outside, when it's in the high 20s, then you can actually leave water out in the tent and it won't freeze. But that thing uses a lot of gas in the generator, and you definitely can't keep it running for very long. It also makes the generator louder, so it does have some downsides. Of course, a cooler. I fit jugs of water in here, and I brought some soda this time. The soda's probably gonna freeze tonight, but I might have to take that out. But the jugs of water, they'll get a thin layer of ice. Since they're flexible, you can kind of knock on them and break the ice up, and then you can drink out of it. And then you can reheat some water with that electric water heater, pour it back in, it melts the ice, and you're good to go until you need to melt more snow for water. But I think that is just about it. I got stuff in here to pack up and take out tomorrow. Snowshoes. I had to use those today. Wasn't very fun. Generator's out in the back. Sun's still going down. And, well, that is it for this video.